is Angela Richardson Brown, and I am the founder CEO of renewHER Campus. I started renewHER Campus with the thought of helping women in the reentry program at Portsmouth Sheriff's Office. I was teaching financial literacy, and I thought that I was impacting them, but they were actually impacting me. And I explained to them that I've been in the industry for over 20 years in financial literacy and leadership. And I just have a passion of helping women with financial literacy, workforce development, parenting, education, housing, and just everyday skills training.
Well, that's awesome. It's an important mission, and I mean it's one that's underserved. That's for sure. So I'm glad to hear that you're doing that.
Absolutely. Until I started this, I would have never thought that it was such a great need for it.
It is. It is. And so what's one big success that you've had over this last year that you'd like to share?
Working with the sheriff's department and with the women that are that's housed there. Actually, I started out with just 3 inmates and ended up with a total of 20
Wow.
that has been taking the course, who now understands banking, financing, submitting a resume, and they've all graduated.
They have. And have
Yes,
they gone on to do, get employment, or what's been kind of
yes.
the result?
They are now working. 2 of them are employed. I'm trying to keep in contact with them, but 2 of them are employed. I have one that is actually enrolled in TCC,
Great.
and they now have an understanding of checking. Actually, and I'm great about this. I have 2 that came and opened up checking and savings account at my local Brayport branch.
There we go.
So yes, they have learned it, they understand it, and they're ready to just transition back into society.
Well, good. That's exciting, and keep it up. I mean, 20 is just a start. There's many
Yes,
more to go.
yes, absolutely.
And so when you were starting your nonprofit, what made you decide to work with our firm, McCormick Law and Consulting, when you started it?
I was doing my research, and I seen that I pulled up McCormick Law, and the reviews were great. They were all positive reviews. Then when I made the phone call and I started speaking with Katie, the information, just the knowledge and the information that she was providing, she made me feel comfortable. So she made me feel like I don't need to worry about the process of starting my nonprofit. Just let Katie handle it and provide her with everything that she need. And that gave me the opportunity to build.
That's I love to hear that. Katie is great. And so, what's your experience with working with Katie, working with our team?
It was my experience. It was exceptional. It really was. Everyone that I've spoken with, Katie, Ashley, they were all nice, and they were there for me. If I left a message, they called me right back. If I had a problem or concern, they were right there to just let me know, to guide me on what I need to do. And that just made me feel comfortable. And again, it just made me feel like that, okay, Angie, they're going to handle this. They're going to point you in the right direction. You just continue to do what you're doing with growing your profit. And I say that because I was at Portsmouth City Hall, actually trying to get my license, and they needed a determination letter that I did not have with me. And when I called Katie, I left her a message, and 2 minutes later, she was calling me back saying, "You'll have it at the end of the day. Don't worry about it. Continue. This is what you just need to let them know." And I'm like, "Thank you very much," because they had me down there for over an hour. So,
Well, I love hearing that. I'm glad she could help you out. That's fantastic. And so what part of our service or support was the most helpful to you?
the knowledge and the information provided, and the feedback that Katie was giving me on, um, she was pointing me in the right direction of other nonprofits and information that I can research to help me to grow my profit. So it's my nonprofit. So that piece there was very important to me because it can't be it was never a time that when I had a question or concern or I just needed that advice that Katie was there for me. And right at the beginning of our relationship, she was like, whenever you need me, you call me, you send me a text, and I'll be there. Don't worry, you're not left alone in this process. And that really made me feel good because this was my first time. I was just jumping out on faith with this, and she really made me feel comfortable.
And when Katie, and one good thing, a great thing about Katie is she doesn't just say that, but she really means it. She's going to follow through, which is excellent.
And she absolutely did because for her to attend the meet and greet, that meant a lot to our board. And when she told me that she would attend, and I let them know, we were all excited and was like, yes. So we know that this is just not a job for her. That this is
Right.
her passion, and she follows up with everyone that she helps, and that was just awesome to me.
Well, good. And so would you recommend our services to someone else looking to start a nonprofit?
Already have.
I love to hear that. That's good. That's good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
What would you say to someone who is unsure about starting a nonprofit? Because that's an intimidating endeavor. So what type of advice would you give?
I would let them know that if this is your passion, to stick with it, con- continue to do your research. Also, by all means, please seek someone who has the knowledge, who has the experience that can consult you throughout this time. There have been people saying, why would you go and retain an attorney? Why would you go to a firm? This is something you can do on your own. And I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because of the expertise and the knowledge and the guidance that you guys provided for me. There's no way. And I tell them there's no way that I could have done this on my own. And it had been correct. So I tell them just stick with the guidance, seek out for guidance first and foremost that are professionals and organizations that can help you navigate through the process.
I appreciate that. And the number of times I've had people contact us trying to fix the nonprofits ends up being a bigger burden, more costly than just doing it right to begin with. So you're exactly right. It's a great idea to start at the very beginning, setting up that foundation correctly, and that's
Yes.
going to help you moving forward so that
Yes.
you're not having to go back and fix something, spend more time and resources fixing something. Well,
Hmm.
I want all your resources or as much resources as possible going towards your mission. And so doing it efficiently, effectively out of the gate means you can put more resources towards your mission and accomplishing, the things that you need to accomplish, which you are. And that's great to hear. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience?
I would just like to share that I'm a big person with community. I mean, with communication, and the communication has always been there, good, bad, or indifferent, or no, let's wait on this. It has always been there. Um, just the knowledge and the guidance. It was just never a point that when I thought that it was a crazy question or a crazy idea, that it was never crazy. It was always, this is what you can do. And it just pointed me in the right direction where I feel like now my nonprofit is going to, it's just going to be more successful. And I again, I appreciate that is something that I really look forward to, again, from just stepping out, and this is the first time. It actually makes me want to look to see if there's any other things in the community that I can start also as a nonprofit, just because I've the guidance.
And I know in working with nonprofits and being on the board of nonprofits, you're always looking for volunteers. You're always looking for resources, donations, time, talent, treasure. You're looking for those things. So how can people find your nonprofit if they're interested in getting to know you more or being a part of what you're doing in the community?
My email address is renewhercampus@gmail.com. Our website is renewhercampus.com, or they can reach me by phone. My number is 757-803-2384. We do have a Facebook and Instagram platform, so they can always reach out to us that way. And it will be for community outreach events, volunteer opportunities, and even giving advice or feedback on our upcoming initiatives.
Awesome. Well, Angela, thank you so much. It's been a privilege to serve you and work with you and continue to work with you. We hope to be a partner with you, long term, and see your organization grow, help you grow in any way that we can. And just thank you again for the opportunity to serve you.